Global Leader Training Center. Hello everyone, welcome to our comprehensive Google Slides training session. Today we are going to explore Google Slides from the basic to more advanced features. Whether you're completely new to Google Slides or have some experience, this session will help you to create professional presentation with confidence. Let's start by opening Google Slides. Just simply press this Google App Grid button and then slide down and click on Slides. And this will directly lead you to Google Slides. And when you first come here, you will see it has similar interface to Google Sheet and Google Docs. Here you can see a Start a New Presentation section where you can find templates and creating a blank presentation. Below that, there is Recent Presentations where you can view your recent presentations. I don't have any presentation right now, so I will start by creating a new blank presentation. To do this, as you did in Google Sheet and Google Docs, simply press this plus button and completely new presentation will be formed. Before we start, let's take a look at the Google Slides interface. Menu bar, which is located at the top of the screen, includes options like File, Edit, View, Insert, Format, Slide, Arrange, Tools, Extensions, and Help, and Toolbar, which is located below the menu bar. This contains quick access buttons for adding text, shapes, images, formatting, and others. And there's also Slide Navigation panel, which is located on the left side. This displays a list of all slides in your presentation. Workspace, the large center area where you can create and edit slides. Getting familiar with the interface will make it easier to work efficiently with Google Slides. So, let's create our first slide. In the toolbar, press this plus button, which is New Slide, and this will simply add a blank new slide. You can also press Ctrl M for a shortcut. And you'll see that there's another drop-down button. When you press this, you'll be able to choose which slide you want to add, like title slide, section header, title and body, title and 2 columns, title only, 1 column text, main point, section title and description, caption, big number, and blank. I'm going to press outside this box to exit, and this was 3 ways of how to add slides to your presentation. Google Slide automatically saves your work, but you can rename your file like this. Click the default file name at the top left, for example, Untitled Presentation, and just simply rename it like GLTC Presentation 1 and press Enter, and this helps you organize your files better. And let's add a title and subtitles to our slide. I'll go to our first slide by simply clicking on it, and I'll press a title box to add a title. Simply enter the title you want, like GLTC Presentation. Now I'll add a subtitle, and in the subtitle I'll write Week 8. Great, you'll see our presentation and the subtitle. I think the presentation looks too boring. Let's change the font and text style. Simply click on the text and drag it to highlight it. In the toolbar, you'll see there's lots of options right now. And for text, we're only going to use this part. This is font. And this allows you to change the font of the text, such as Impact, Arial, Georgia. I like Georgia. And there's font size. Minus button will decrease the font size. and plus button will increase the font size. Also, you can type the number in between them to give specific size, like 45. Like this, you can decrease and increase. There's also formatting options like bold, italic, and underline. You can also change the color of the text by pressing on this text color. When you press on it, you'll see there's lots of colors you can use, such as black to white, rainbow colors, red, like this. But if you don't have the one you want, you can create a custom color, pressing this plus under custom tab. And this will allow you to add the color you want. I want a mint color. I'll use this color. Press OK, and you'll see the text color changes. Maybe I'll change it to dark blue. That's great. And there's also a highlight color. And you can simply use this to add a highlight behind the text. Like this, you'll add a highlight. If you want to remove highlight, simply press transparent, and this will erase your highlight. Let me apply some format to my subtitle too. Select it. I'll make this one italic, smaller. Change it to this font. Color will be dark black. That's great. And now, let's insert an image into the slide. Choose the slide you want to insert an image. Go to Insert, press Image, and you can choose which option you want to use. Upload from computer, search the web, GIF and stickers, Google Drive, Google Photo, or camera, or by URL. I'll use search the web. And you'll see that this tab appears in the right, and you can press the search bar to search up, such as like a video, and you can see that the result appears. You can choose the image you like, drag and drop, or click to select and press insert. And you'll see that it is inserted. And at the corners and edges, you'll see these blue squares. You can drag it to resize them. If you want to resize it by the same ratio, you can drag the corner. If you want to resize it in a different ratio, only the width or only the length, you can drag the edge. And you can drag it to change its location. And you can also drag this blue circle above this upper edge to rotate an image. I'll just resize it like this. Great. Use high resolution image for a professional look and keep image sizes consistent. So let me add another image. Insert, image, search from the web. And this time I'll bring the Google logo. Like this. I'll resize this. And you can also crop an image by simply from the toolbar pressing this crop image button. You can press this drop down arrow to mask an image to a specific shape. First of all, we're going to crop image like this, just normally. And you'll see that there's black lines. You can drag these black lines to crop an image. Press enter. This time let's use mask image. and we're going to use this arrow, and you'll see it is masked by the arrow. Great. And now you can also reset image. If you press reset image, all the formats will be gone and the image will be resetted to the default. Next is replace image. You can press this to replace image with other image. You can upload it, but I'm going to use this search again, Google logo. I'm going to replace it like this. Replace. And you'll see it is replaced really well. You can press format options to format an image. First of all, size and rotation. You can resize an image here, such as you can resize the width, height, and there's also width scale and height scale. It shows the percentage of increased and decreased one, such as if it's 129, it is 29% increase from the original width, and 365% means it's 265% increased from its original height. If I change it back to 100 both, it will be set to default. And there's also an option called lock aspect ratio. If you press on this, even if you increase only one side, height will also increase. If you decrease the width, height will also decrease. Next is rotate. This allows you to rotate by an angle, such as I want 90-degree rotation, 90 degree, 45 degree, great, 135 degrees, like this. Or you can also press this rotate 90 button to rotate it by 90. 0 and then 90-degree rotation. Also there's flip horizontally button, which allows you to flip horizontally based on y-axis, and flip vertically to flip it by x-axis. Next is position. This allows you to choose where the image will be, top left and center like this. I'll leave it top left, and you can also adjust the distance from the top left or center like this. If I do 0 and 0, it will be at the top left as set. If I do center and 0, 0, it will be at the center. How about top left and 5 centimeter from top left, 5 centimeter top left. Great. How about 1.5? This is enough, I think. Great. And next is recolor. This allows you to recolor an image. There's like certain options you can choose, like this, shadow, or like white, blue, black. You can find the one that you like and use it. I think I like this blue one. I'll use this light 3. Next is adjustment. This allows you to adjust an image opacity, brightness, and contrast. Opacity is visibility. It will be invisible if it goes to 0, and fully visible 100. 50% will be like half invisible. And transparent, I think 70-80% is enough. And next is brightness. This allows you to control the brightness of an image by make sure that the brightness is not too low or not too high, because the image won't be visible. I think native and maybe 30 will be enough. And next is contrast, which adjusts the contrast of an image. You also have to be careful while using this, because it'll be too weird if you use too much contrast. I like this, but if you don't like any adjustment, you can press reset to reset. Next is drop shadow, but you'll see it's a bit different from others. There's checklist. You can press this checklist to enable the option. You can uncheck it to disable it, or check it. And first of all, you can set the color of the shadow, such as black, white, green. I think I like green. And opacity of the shadow, I'll make it 90% about. Great. and angle of the shadow, and distance of the shadow from the image. And blur radius to adjust the blurriness of the shadow. Like this, I'll put it here. And next is reflection. Same, you can also check this to enable it. And you'll see there's a reflection right below the image now. You can also adjust the opacity and distance from the image. And the size to adjust how many percentage of an image will appear. Like if it's 100% fully appear, it'll fully appear. 50% only half will appear. Like this. Distance, maybe like this. Great. Next is alt text. This allows you to add a description for the screen readers, like this image is a logo of Google. Simple. Let's exit by pressing X. And now let's add some shapes to the slide. Simply go to Insert and select the shape you want, such as shapes, arrows, callouts, equation. You can use the ones you want. From shapes, I'll use oval. And to draw it, just simply drag. And if you want it as the same ratio, simply press Shift. And as you see, it is drawn. And same as this image, you can go to Format Options to format them, such as Drop Shadow and Reflection. But you'll see that there's text fitting. Shape, when you double click on the shape, you can write inside the shape, like shape. And this text fitting adjusts the fitting of the text inside the shape, such as you can change the indentation, like this. Special for first line will be like this. First line will be this, and the second one will be different from there. Or hanging. Like this, I'll press None. And there's also padding. Top, bottom, left and right. You can adjust it to adjust the distance from the edge. Like this, it has one more special tool and others are same. Next, we're going to learn how to add a text box. Right now there is a text box, but I want to erase it by clicking on it and pressing the backspace. Simply to add a text box, go to Insert, Text Box. And you'll see the text box tool has been selected. You can drag it to draw your own text box. Like this. Really simple. And I'll just write a simple text here. The angel came down to the earth when the earth was destructed. Like this, I will just add some random text and I will just draw another shape here. Maybe like face. I want to draw an angel. Maybe I will just change the color of it by clicking on it and going to fill color and changing its color to white maybe, and I will just increase the border I will change the border color and increase the border pixel. Maybe 4 is too much. Pixel. This one same. This will be yellow. 2 pixel to black. And this will be skin color like. I'll add a custom skin color, orange, like this. And sometimes you want to change the order that it appears. Like you want the wing to be at the most back and face to be at the most front. Simply go to arrange, press order, and press send to backward or send to back. Send to back will send it to most back, and send backward will send only one image back. I'll press send to back. I'll bring this front to arrange order, bring to front like this. I'll add great, and I will just change this one more time. I will change its order to the most back like this. Really simple, but there's more simple way you can do. Simply just right click and press order. Really simple. And sometimes you may want to change the background. Simply you can do this when nothing is selected and going to background. You can change the color, or you can use an image from Google Images, full background, maybe study background. Like this, you can select it and press insert and press done. And like this, the background changes. And if you want to reset, press reset. Done. And there's also a thing called theme. You can find it here in the toolbar. When you press it, you can choose the theme you like. For example, if I choose simple dark theme, the format of everything will change. Like this, the black text has been changed to white color. If I use this, you'll see the alignment and color also changes. Like this. You can choose the one you like and press X. Like this is really good. This helps you when you want to create a professional looking slideshow. The next is grouping. Like this, when there's multiple shapes, you may want to group them. Just simply select all of them by pressing Shift and clicking, right click and press group. And you'll see that it's grouped, and even if you select only once, all of it will be selected. And you can ungroup them by pressing right click, ungroup. Or group them back. And next is animation. Animation allows you to create professional looking and cool slideshow. You can do this by going to animate. You can do this when you select an object and go to animate. And you'll see the selected object will appear here. And you can choose what kind of animation you want, such as appear, play. Like this, when you click it will appear, disappear. When you click it will disappear, fade in, and fade out like this, such as pin also. Like this. You can also adjust the speed of the animation, like 5 seconds, 0.1 second. It will be fast, like this. Also, you can choose like what you want. After on click, the animation will appear. After previous or with previous, I think with previous is the best. Like this, it will be done with the previous animation. Like this, if you select, I'll add animation here. This one will be fade out, or fade in. On click, read, and then I'll move this by dragging it. You can change the order like this, and press play. And you'll see it will spin directly when this appears. Great. And next is slide transition. Slide transition allows smooth transition between slides. Like this, choose slide transition and choose the one you like. Dissolve, fade, slide right, like this. From the previous, like this, when you go here, like this, when you play, it'll slide from right. Great. And you can also adjust its speed like this. And next is apply to all slide, which applies same transition to all the slides. So from here, when you start, like this, the presentation has all the same transitions. Great. And now let's learn how to use templates. First of all, go out by pressing this slides home button and go to template gallery. And you'll see there's lots of these templates you can use. And there's categories for each: education, personal, and work. This is really simple. So you can choose the one you like. I like this photo album. Click on it. And boom! You have created a new slide using a template. You can now edit your template as much as you want, such as you can change the name GLTC Global Trip and then name it, and then go to replace image, and then replace image from the web, such as beach. Like this, you can replace. Pretty good. But there's another way of using template. This is really good, and this gives more professional templates than others. Simply go to New tab and search for Slides Go. And you'll see that there's Slides Go. Simply click on it and log in with your account. If you don't have the account yet, simply just sign up. And when you've logged in, you can scroll down to see trending searches, latest themes, popular themes, infographics, education presentation templates, and more like this. But if you want to find a specific type, you can search up. Click it to search, such as like fruits. Enter, and this will give this presentation templates related to the fruits. And you'll see there's lots of templates I can use. You can use all the templates except the ones with the crown, because this is for pro users. If the template doesn't have the crown, you're free to use. When you hover over any template and press this arrow button, you can see the next slide. And sometimes some of them has color circles below it. This shows the color types you can use. Great. Let's scroll down to see what I want. Next page. I like this all about citrus fruits. Let's see. I like it, so I want to download it. Simply click on it and press download template. It will give you some options you can use: PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Canva. Right now we're using Google Slides, so we'll click on Google Slides. And when it's downloaded, just press make a copy button. And after a few seconds, copy of it will appear, and you can now use as much as you want. Let's customize first. All about citrus fruits. Citrus fruits are the best. I'm not going to customize any further. I'm pretty fine with this. And now, let's add some transition. Click on transition. And let me use slide from right first. And then here, slide from left, right, and then left. And then here are flip, fade, fade, gallery, gallery, and cube. I think this much is enough. So now let's add some animations. Select an object and add an animation. Choose animation you want. And press play to check. I'll also add some animation here. Add animation. Let's check. No. Fade in. Okay, good. Let's add some animation also here. Fade in here too. Okay, great. And if you want to change the order of the animation, you can drag it up or down to change the order. Let's move it up. And instead of on click, I'll use with previous. And let's try play. Great, I want a little faster, so I'll make it fast. And now I'll tell you how to play this slide. To play your slide, simply press slideshow or Ctrl and F5. This will allow you to present a slideshow. And you can press arrow keys or click the mouse button to play animation and go to the next slide. Great, our animations are working very well. I really like it. You can exit by pressing ESC, and you'll also see a drop-down arrow beside the slideshow button. Simply press on it, and you'll see three options: presenter view, start from beginning, presentation display options. Let's start by presenter view. When you press this, you'll see that normal presenting view also appears, but at the same time the presenter view also appears. You'll see that there's a timer, slide number, and the previous, next, and present slide. You can press the button to move around, and you can also press audience tools and start now to allow them to ask you a question. As you see, slides.app.google.com. Let's copy this link and paste it. And you'll see a new tab appears, and you can ask a question here. Like, I'll write a question, how are you? And you can check the checkbox here if you want to ask anonymously. If you don't want, you can just leave it empty. Press submit, and you'll see that our question appears here. You can react with this, vote or downvote like this. And now here in the presenter view, you will see that the question appears here. You can press present to present this question and answer them. And if you're done with this, simply press on button again, and the question will be closed. Now let's exit. And next is start from beginning. This allows you to present from the first slide of your file. And this presentation display options, you can choose a presentation display options. If you want to see a presenter view, if you want to start from beginning, if you want to present in a full screen. But make sure the presenter view is not available when the full screen is on, and full screen isn't available when presenter view is on. Make sure you check this, and when you have multiple displays, here you can choose which monitor you want to display. Right now I only have one monitor, so I'll leave it. Press Start Slideshow to start the slideshow. And next is Speaker Notes. Speaker Notes is not visible normally in the slides, but it is visible when you're using presenter view, such as, hello everyone, welcome to this engaging presentation. Like this, when your slide showing, it doesn't appear anywhere. But when you're using presenter view, you'll see that there's a speaker notes. You can press plus button to increase the size, minus button to decrease the size. This was all the basic about our Google Slides tutorial. Thank you for joining us today, and see you in the next week.